NewsNation political contributor, attorney A. Scott Bolden. He's also a former D.C. Democratic Party chair. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So according to our research, when Obama was president, he deported about 2.5 million illegal immigrants. Bush deported about 2 million. How is what President Trump doing any different?
Well, you've got a lot of negative rhetoric, first of all. Second of all, there's a lot of criticism coming from the White House. And while Governor Pritzker can't do anything about ICE agents showing up, the biggest difference here is that many of these individuals, given the courts and given the process, aren't being given their due process rights. They're being held in detention centers. That's very costly. And then they may get due process or expedited due process with no real notice or no real opportunity to make their claim for asylum. And remember, under Biden as well as Bush, you had hearings that were scheduled, and in the interim, you had the catch and release, which was perfectly legal. This administration has taken a different approach to that, limited due process, and then shipping them off to foreign countries or even back to their home countries. And so I think it is a big difference. I don't think anyone is going to disagree that folks who are here illegally shouldn't be arrested if they're involved in crimes. But now these raids are going beyond that. Many of these people are either applying for green cards or waiting for hearings and what have you. And this administration has said, listen, we don't want you here, and you're going to wait for your hearings elsewhere. Really troubling. If I come here illegally and I'm seeking asylum, then the law allows for them to await a hearing. You know, if you put money into hiring more immigration judges and putting in more security, right, and putting more limitations on those and expediting these hearings with individuals who came here illegally, then that's a path to citizenship or a green card or a path to being denied asylum, and then you're thrown out of the country. That's a big difference than the show of bravado, these raids on these sanctuary cities, which aren't illegal, if you will. Local officials don't have to cooperate with ICE and immigration. And everyone who they're arresting and everyone here who's seeking asylum isn't a criminal, a murderer, or a rapist. But in the views of this administration, that's the rhetoric they use. And that's really what's driving this kind of public show of force. It's really unnecessary, quite frankly. If you invest in immigration policies and you pass laws and put money into those programs, you could have a more efficient, effective immigration process. Here, you're investing money on the back end and throwing people out, including hardworking people who are even paying taxes.
You're right. The pathway to citizenship is a backlog issue, and it's a problem that Congress can and should address. A. Scott Bolden, as always, thank you, sir, for your time.